Hey guys, Kyle here. Creatify is an AI-powered platform for creating UGC-style video advertisements super quickly. It's designed for marketers, small business owners, and even agencies who need video ads without a film crew or even an editor. The system that it uses is actually really incredible, and in today's video, we'll be breaking down how to get started with Creatify and how to start making your very first ad creatives using their extremely lifelike avatars and basically creating UGC on autopilot. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, one of the first things you're going to want to do to get started with Creatify is use that link down in the description. When you click that link, you should be brought to a page that looks something like this one. As you can see, the first big tagline they have here is AI ads that win. We're going to be showing you how to create those in just a second here, but the first thing we need to do is make an account with them. The best way to go about doing that is hitting this purple button here where it says you can try Creatify completely for free. Once you click that link, it should take you to this little part right here where you can actually start typing out or analyzing potential URLs for Amazon links and actually create a video for that product. Now, for this basic example, I went ahead and went over to Amazon and pulled up just something simple like this cooler. Basically, I'm going to copy the link by copying this top tab up here, heading back over into Creatify, and then pasting this into here, and then hitting the Analyze URL button. Then I just have to make a quick account here, which is basically just going to involve entering my email address and creating a password. Now, once you put in your email, you'll just have to check your inbox and make sure that you verify that email. And then just like that, you click this little click here to log in button, which will take you to the inside of the platform. Now, as you can see, there's a bunch of different things we can do, and we're going to go ahead and take this very slow step by step so you understand exactly how to use this platform to the best of your capabilities. The first thing you have up here, as you can see, are these feature products, which are basically just going to be AI video ads, avatar videos, and then obviously their popular tools, which are going to be their product videos, creating your own avatar, AI shorts, and even the batch mode, which basically lets you create a bunch of different video variations of video ads that already exist. This kind of tool is extremely helpful, and I could see this being used by pretty much anybody out there who wants to create more stuff, especially in terms of advertisements. One of the things I want to show you first on really out of any of this are the AI video ads. We'll go ahead and hit the Create Now button, but one of the things I want to highlight is that if you actually don't really know how to use this or you don't feel confident after this video, there are little knowledge bases or educational modules that you can go through and basically teach yourself how to use this platform to the best of what you can understand it with and how you can actually use it to make really, really good UGC video ads with AI avatars. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to show you how to do it right now. Basically, what I'm going to do is hit the Create Now button, which will take me back to that first page that we saw here. All we have to do is head back over to Amazon, copy that link, paste that link right into here, and hit the Analyze URL button. This is going to take a few moments to kind of load everything up and give us an idea of what we're working with here. But in the meantime, let me explain kind of how this platform works. Basically, with Creatify, you're using artificial intelligence to create AI-generated UGC ads. These are the most effective ads when it comes to physical products, especially if you're selling stuff on Amazon Marketplace or even things like an Ecom Shopify store. But as you can see, it's fully generated out some interesting stuff down here. Let's take a look at it and see what it gave us. The first of these is going to be the brand/product name, which in this case, it is pulled directly from that Amazon link and told us exactly what it is, which is this Coleman Classic Series insulated portable cooler. Then it gives us a product description, also pulled from the Amazon page. And then at the very bottom here, we can pick what kind of assets we want for our UGC video. Now, essentially what it's doing here is it's into a bunch of different reviews, internet people, just anybody out there who has made a video about this cooler and taking those videos and repurposing them as assets that we can actually use inside of our own video, which is super helpful for UGC and creating content to actually advertise this product. As you can see, I can pick any of these assets that I want. There's even the option to upload my own assets from my own computer if I have videos of this product myself. I'm going to go ahead and just select a couple of these videos here. It doesn't really matter too much which ones you end up selecting. This one looks kind of decent. This girl's kind of showing off the overall size of it. I'm going to try to look for videos though that are somewhat short, just because I don't want my overall ads to kind of run over. Also, as you can see, it kind of auto selects a couple of these that it will use for you, which can be very helpful, especially if you don't have anything in mind yet, which is always kind of nice. But once we have all that selected here, we'll hit the next button at the very bottom here. Then we'll select our video settings, right, where we want to upload this to. If we want to upload it directly to any of these social platforms or just to the general universal platform that is Creatify. There's also the aspect ratio. Let's say we want it to be formatted specifically for 9:16, so basically your cell phone, right? Or let's say we want a 16:9 regular video size for YouTube videos or what have you. And then there's also the 1:1 option, which is just going to be a simple square, right? So nothing too complicated really with that one. Up next, we're going to have the duration, which is going to be 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and 60 seconds. Now you can choose any of these. Again, I recommend just going with something like the 30-second option here. Most advertisements that I have seen that worked well were around 30 seconds, not any really longer and not really any shorter. I think that's kind of the most amount of time you can need to kind of give people what they're looking for. Language in this instance is going to be English. And then we have our target audience. Actually, we can, type out what we want, but there's also the option to select kind of the pre-selected audiences that they think might be interested. So we'll go ahead and use some of these pre-selected audiences just so that way we don't have to kind of go through the effort of researching and figuring it out. It's just kind of helpful. Then once we have all that entered, we'll hit the next button here, which will take us to the AI generated scripts. Now, these are the scripts that your AI avatar inside of this video are going to read. And you can do a bunch of things with these scripts. You can actually change them outright. And if you don't like what they say, you can basically just make changes by, simply typing in like that. And then Command Z doesn't work there, but basically you can, make changes to them as you see fit. And then there's also the option to change the tone, which can be really helpful, right? You can change the engaging tone, Gen Z tone, commercial advertising tone, and so on and so forth. This can kind of help with the overall delivery that your avatar is giving. Plus, it just makes it a little bit more engaging depending on the audience that you're actually talking to, which can be very helpful. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and go with this benefits angle right here. I think I like this one the most, and I think this one might give us some very interesting kind of output here. And then as far as the tone goes, we'll just say, I think commercial advertising tone is fine. Also, there's the option to generate more scripts if you don't like any of the scripts that they used. And there's also the option to use your own script if you want to just type out whatever script you want, add pauses and things of that nature. It can be really helpful. Once this all looks good though, you'll go ahead and hit the next button here, which will take us to where we're going to choose our avatar. Now, some of these avatars aren't going to be available depending on the plan that you're on. And it also depends obviously on the premium features and stuff. We can go with just some of these very, very simple avatars here, kind of at the bottom, right? Any of these people will do. Well, one of the things I want to mention too is that there is the opportunity to create your own avatar, which is just so cool, so helpful. Again, if you're trying to create stuff with a personal brand, this can be something that you can kind of work yourself into, which is just really cool. But as you can see, we can select any of these people. Usually my experience, what I've seen work really well is when you put a girl in the ad, it tends to convert better. People just seem to kind of look at that ad a lot longer than they would otherwise. So we'll go ahead and choose any of these girls right here. We'll just choose this first one. There's also the option of kind of choosing, how she looks, right? If she's indoors or outdoors or whatnot, we'll just go ahead and choose this one just for the sake of it and then hit the next button. Once we do that, it will then actually start generating a storyboard, which is basically going to give us an idea for how the video is going to play out, right? Scene by scene, case by case. What can we expect? Do we want to make changes? How do we want to deliver the AI script that it's already written, and kind of how do we want to go from there? As you can see, it's going to take a couple seconds here. This part's going to take a little longer just because it's more AI centric. Boom, just like that. 16 videos are generated. Select one or more of these that you would like to render. And guys, look how insane this is. This is 16 potential ads that if we wanted to, we could start running literally right now. We just have to render them, export them, and then upload them into like Meta or anything, and they work. This is pretty much, in my opinion at least, the future of running ads. And one of the biggest problems that I see so many people talk about is how they don't have enough time to create ad creatives every week and test new variants and variables and angles. And this kind of just ultimately solves that with a beautiful looking finished product with text and overlay. Let's just take a real quick look, a real quick example here. There's a product presenter one or the dynamic vanilla one. I think we're going to go with the product presenter one here. So I'm going to hit this play button, and this is not the final video.
Nothing spoils an adventure like warm drinks or constant.
So the only thing important thing to watch is make sure that her lips are actually lining up with what's being said by her. This can be an issue with some AI avatars, but some of them do have ways of kind of counteracting that. So don't...
Even in the hottest conditions, so your refreshments...
Yeah, her lips are pretty off on that. So let's try this other one.
Nothing spoils an adventure like warm drinks or...
So it might be honestly beneficial to kind of test out some of the other avatars too, because sometimes one of the generations will not give you a perfect lip match. Also, these... Oh, here you go. I forgot to mention this, guys. Accurate lip sync will be available after rendering. This is not the final lip sync, so ignore basically what I just said. This is actually not the final lip sync. We'll just go ahead and choose this one and render it. We'll hit the render button. And then unfortunately, obviously with the free plan, there will be a watermark, but that's why I'd always recommend just going with the paid plan. This is already an incredibly powerful tool. And I've tried a bunch of different ad creative style platforms like this. And it seems like this one honestly has the most features and really kind of speaks to me in terms of getting these ad variables and ad creatives out as fast as humanly possible while still maintaining a really high margin of quality, which is a big deal. But for the sake of this video, we're not going to remove the avatar or the watermark, rather. We'll just render the video and then it will take us into our My Projects folder where it will start rendering that video. And it's pretty much that easy, right? We just kind of let it sit there. It'll render out. And once it renders out, the lip sync will match up, everything will match up, and it should look all good to go and ready to go. Now, in the meantime, while we wait for this to fully render out, I want to go ahead and take a look at the pricing plans and just kind of break down what you guys can expect if you guys want to get more out of this platform. As you can see, they have a starter plan at about $33 a month, a pro plan at about $69 a month, an ad max plan at about $209 a month, and then the enterprise plan, which most of you probably don't need, but if you're a big company, you might. One of the things I want to mention too is that we are looking at the yearly plans here, which are going to be at about 30% off of if you were to, comparatively go with a monthly plan, which is going to be a little bit more expensive. If you just want to dip your toes, the monthly plan is perfectly fine. You can definitely go with something like that. As you can see, you get 100 credits a month to play around with. Yeah, also get the remove watermark feature, which is probably what most of you are looking for, especially if you want to start using these ads inside of Meta. And then there's also all of these tools down here too, right? Basic avatar library, 9:16 aspect ratios, the ability to generate videos, or up to 2 minutes rather. And then obviously these plans, as they increase in price, so do the features and so do the ability of what you can do, which is helpful to say the least. But let's head back and see if our video is rendered. We're at about 42% here. One of the other things I want to mention too is that rendering these videos might take a little bit of time here, but nice part about ads at least is that once you render it, you don't have to like continuously render it over and over again. You're done and you can upload that inside of your ad manager and start running it as a finalized ad. Now, in the meantime, while we wait just a little bit longer, let's take a peek inside of the avatar creator where we can actually create our own custom avatar. As you can see, this is what you can do. You can either design your own avatar, bring your own avatar in, or have a product avatar. Let's say, for instance, we want to design our own avatar. We can actually just prompt a person into existence, which is just nuts to think about. Basically, you just kind of apply a prompt here, and then this person just exists all of a sudden, which is just insane to really think about. Let's just choose this first person here, apply this prompt, and then basically you just go through and describe your avatar, right? You say what their age is, their gender, details, outfits, background, all that good stuff. And then you just hit the generate preview button, and then it will basically give you that kind of sample avatar. Now let's head back and see if our project is good. Okay, this is officially done.
Nothing spoils an adventure like warm drinks or constant trips for
So you see that is what we were waiting for. Her lips now officially
Classic series insulated rolling cooler keeps ice up to
matches up with what she's actually saying, which is what we kind of wanted in the first place. And this looks pretty good, right? We have a nice 23-second little ad here that just is for this cooler. She has a nice little, it's like those TikTok green screen videos, which are actually incredibly effective at getting customers. I've seen tons of people use this kind of style or method of, creating content or creating UGC. And this is one of, if not the best ways, in my opinion, that performs really well on ads. And this is something that you can just literally prompt into existence with just a couple of settings that basically we went through the video and showed you how to do. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it for Creatify. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever used this platform or if you're thinking about trying this platform. Speaking of trying this platform, if you want to get started with them, I'd highly recommend using that link down in the description. Also, make sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our future videos. And please remember that some of the links down in the description might be affiliate links and we could financially benefit from them at no extra cost to you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.